Hello everybody, welcome back to Mocking Ariana Free. My name's Alicia, it's Sunday and that means a new video. So today's tier list, we're going to be ranking the dances from the next step, because in my last one I asked you if you'd rather see the seasons or dances, and they were both quite evenly tied to be honest, and I just picked dances because I'd like a bit more time to think about why I dislike and like each season before trying to cram all my ideas into one video and have it be quite hectic. So yeah, today we're going to be doing dances. I have done some previous videos on dances. I've done small groups and groups that have been competed. So if you want to go see those videos, I'll leave them in the description down below, and the thumbnails are here so you can see what they look like on my channel. Okay, I think we've got more than 30 dances here in this list, so I don't know how long this will take, but it'll be very interesting. Our top category is called iconic, then it's great, then it's fine, then it's not great, and then it's bad. So our first one is A-side. I love A-side, so it's going in iconic straight away. So I love the song A-side, I love the energy, I loved how everyone had a separate part. It really gave me high hopes for season 4. I thought it was a great opening dance to kind of blend all these new characters together with the old ones, and I liked how Riley and Michelle kind of led it. The next one we have is Rochelle and Rochelle and Max's duet called The Abyss, I think. I'm going to put it in great because it was really good. I know it was a real life duet that Briar and Devon did, but I felt like it was kind of just pushed to the side. It wasn't really showcased the best it could have been. I think even if they performed it in Studio A, because Max was an A trooper, so he had every right to be in Studio A, and so did Rochelle because she'd been there for 2 years when this was happening. Yeah, I'd put it in iconic if it had had a bit more showcasing and it was made more of a deal out of, because it was actually only in that episode really, and yeah, it didn't have much relevance to the plot, so it's going great. Then we have Michelle's flash mob. I thought this was amazing but slightly unrealistic because I don't know how they'd actually managed to do that, but I did like how they had all J troopers, B troopers and A troopers in it, so I'm going to put it in iconic because I think it was really great, and it was showed well, the song was good, the energy level was high. I liked how James kind of did it. Then we have the boys trio to All We Need that Noah and Amanda sang, and I thought this trio was actually amazing. I'm going to put it in great because I don't think it's iconic, I don't think it's like memorable in terms of the next step, but I loved the choreography. I loved how it was very charismatic and quite funny. Like it was like they're having fun with a dance at the same time as having it be really skillful and difficult and showing their talent. Then we have Talia and Alden's duet, and I'm going to put it in fine actually. I'm torn between fine and not great, so depending on which other ones come up that I want to put in not great and fine, might change that one. I thought this duet was okay, but it seemed more like it was for fun than, you know, being the most technical or the most entertaining, which is fine because they didn't have an audience, so it didn't need to be those things. But I don't think it'd be fair to class it as great when you've got those two great trios duets there, and it's not iconic by any means. So yeah, it's just fine for now. Then we have Daniel's national solo. I thought Daniel's national solo was amazing, definitely one of the best times he's ever danced, and if I'm being honest, I agree that him and Alden were level on who should have won. I'm going to put it in great. I don't think it's iconic enough. Then we have Coming Home from season 3. That's definitely going in iconic for me because same as A-side, I liked how it introduced the new A troop and everyone got their bit like they do in every first episode of every season. I love the song. Yeah, iconic. No, oh, this is not a good day. I just recorded about 10 more minutes of this video and then my memory card popped up and said error, so I've got to refilm. That's fun, so let's pretend I haven't just already done this. Then there's Don't Stay Low by Michelle. I'm really proud that I'm actually remembering all of these titles of dances just from the thumbnails. I loved this solo. I felt like it was a pivotal point for Michelle, you know, her debating whether to leave the next step. I loved how she danced and it was really good contemporary, really fluid, really emotive as well. So next one is Henry and Summer's Flatty duet from season 6, and to be honest I'm going to put it in fine, because there is one section that I really liked where they're really in sync, but it's not iconic by any means. It's just a duet, it's just an okay duet. It wouldn't be competition material in my mind, so yeah, it's fine. Then we have Empire by Eldon, and I'm also going to say this was an iconic solo from internationals because there were so many things that were amazing, and once again there wasn't too many tricks in the way of showing off. They weren't just randomly thrown in, they were tricks with loads of precision and control, and they really showed Eldon's strength. It wasn't just like, oh look at me, I can do this trick and this trick and this trick. It was like, look how much control I have of my body and how strong and technical of a dancer I am. And yeah, I think that's definitely one of Eldon's best solos. I might even say it's his best. And then we have Empire Part 1, which is the season 3 internationals final group routine, and I liked it less than I liked Rewind, so I'm not going to put it in iconic, I'm going to put it in great. I don't know why, I can't remember why I liked it less. I think it was because it didn't feel like it lived up to what they'd done the year before. Rewind was the highest ranked group dance that I did in my group dances video, so it's going in iconic for me. I thought it was amazing. I loved the set, the costumes, the choreography. I loved how they filled the stage, and it really felt like a circus show with the amount of things going on. Like, it was actually right for once that there was too much going on stage, and yeah, iconic. Then there's Even When You're Gone from season 6, and although I didn't rank this very highly in my group dance video, that was because I was really looking at it in detail and really having to compare it against the other ones. But in terms of enjoyment and entertainment, I think this dance is actually iconic. I think it is. I loved how it showcased Noah, because it was his final dance. Everyone on stage looked like they were just as important as each other. It wasn't like the newer A-tubers weren't as important as the old ones, or Rochelle, for example, who's been there for ages. Well, Rochelle and Noah. The skill level was really up there as well. It was quite a difficult dance. All the unison parts were together. They looked great, and yeah, an iconic dance from season 6. Fire from Giselle, probably one of her best ones, and that's why I've put it in iconic, because it really just, we saw a new side of Giselle, and it was literally like her personality had just been set on fire. She just was iconic. Then there's Flying by Jiley, and I think Flying has to go in iconic. Everyone that watched that duet for the first time, if they've been watching the next set from season 1, their heart just exploded with joy when they saw that duet. It was so beautiful. I loved how it didn't have a huge amount of tricks in it. It was very much them feeding off each other and their chemistry, and really fluid expression. And yeah, Flying is just iconic, isn't it? Like, anytime anyone hears that music, it's just like, there's my heart beating away really, really fast. I got, oh, love it. Then there's Rochelle just by herself doing her nationals. Yeah, well, season 2 audition for nationals team, and I think that is an iconic solo. It's one of the most viewed videos on the Next Steps YouTube channel, and it's literally amazing when she does those front aerials one after another, and she does the turn and the bridge into James, and James is just fangirling like we all are. And yeah, Rochelle just really proved herself then. I think she definitely would have made the nationals team if she had been taller. I think that's literally the only thing that let her down. Then there's the ropes dance, Hold On To Me from season 6, and we've already heard my opinions on that dance. I personally felt it was a bit messy and that it wasn't executed the cleanest. I felt like the ropes kind of were a hindrance in a way. I'm going to put it in fine, you know, because I think Rochelle and Max's duet, the boys trio, and Empire were all better than that dance. Yeah, I didn't like the costumes either, to be honest. Then there's Hotel from internationals, and that's iconic. I think, you know, oh, one thing that really bugged me when I spoke about this dance in my group dance video, and I was like, oh, the difficulty of them being blindfolded as well adds to obviously the overall skill level of this dance. Everyone was like, you know they're not really blindfolded, don't you? And I was like, yes, but the characters are. Just because they're not in real life doesn't mean the characters are not. It's like Dylan Ratzlaff and Miles Ehrlich didn't actually go in a relationship. It was Jackie and Noah. Like, yes, I know real life is different to what is happening on the show. I know they weren't really blindfolded, but you have to address it from the fact that the characters were, you know. Miles Ehrlich wasn't really injured with a back injury in season 4. That was just Noah. So I can't say, oh, this dance was rubbish because Miles messed up. He didn't. Noah messed up. I'm fully aware that the real life and the show isn't the same thing. I thought the choreography was really good considering that they couldn't see, the characters couldn't see. I liked how Noah managed to tie them all together, and I felt like even though they had to lower the difficulty of some stuff to accommodate them, it was still very entertaining as a routine, and everyone held their own. So yeah, iconic. And I feel like the storyline that went along with it, like them being so worried about falling off the stage, really built up to this amazing dance. It wasn't a letdown. I can't remember what this one is called. Is it just called the Boys Goodbye Dance? I'm not sure, but it's from season 3 when Hunter has to leave the studio, and also James, because they both lost their dance battles to get onto the internationals team. I thought this was a really, really great dance actually. I'm going to put it in great. It's not iconic. Like, even though Hunter had only joined in season 2 and the other boys had been friends from before season 1, even, actually season 1 because West wasn't friends with them, yeah, they just felt like they were the boys. And I miss Hunter. I wish Hunter had come back in season 4 or whatever. And I miss Hunter and Emily as well. So yeah, that dance is just great for me. Inside Out by Alton and Michelle. I'm going to put it in iconic. Because I just feel like that was such an iconic dance. There's no other way to describe it. Like, that dance is just one of the most pivotal ones of season 1. And it really just started igniting the fire between Sheldon. I love the choreography. The song is iconic. Everything just about it is iconic, so it has to go in the iconic category. The feeling I had, it used to be everything by Eldon from season 3. I'm gonna put it in fine. Actually, it was a tap and hip hop fusion. I think it was a very, very good dance, but I just don't think it stands out. I think it was kind of just a bit of a filler dance. It would have been nice if it had linked into his international solo somehow, like if he had fused tap with it. Actually no, because the international solo was perfect the way it is. It just doesn't stand out to me, that solo, even though it was very, very good, just not iconic. And I don't think it was great. It was just Eldon. I don't remember the name, but it's the swing dance from internationals. I personally didn't like this dance that much. It didn't impress me. I'm going to put it in fine because it wasn't not great. It was just okay. I just don't really care for it that much. I like the story. I just felt like they could have done a bit better. Then there's Chloe's solo. Oh, I absolutely love this. I'm going to put it in iconic as well. I love Chloe, and I felt like this solo really did her justice as kind of her final dance at the next step. It showed her progression. It had some ballet technique, but it was also contemporary, but it also had some kind of sharp moves that shown that she'd evolved over the seasons. Yeah, I love this solo. Then we have West's internationals team audition, and straight up iconic. Who dances with a basketball other than West? Who can do flips off the wall other than West and James sometimes? Who can dance with that much confidence and sass and charisma and then just act like it was nothing? I think West is probably one of the most humble dancers that's ever been at the next step. He just doesn't seem to understand how good he is, or at least if he understands it, he doesn't say or act as if he's one of the best dancers. I just think West is amazing, and that dance really lived up to being iconic for West. Then we have Eldon's national solo. I've put his internationals one in iconic, so I'm going to put this one in great because I did think it was good, but at times I felt it was a bit rushed or a little bit sloppy. I'm not going to say sloppy actually because it was an impeccable solo. It just didn't amaze me as much as his internationals one did. Then there's Rochelle and Noah's ballet duet. I'm actually not going to put it in iconic because I really, really, really wanted to see, and I don't think I've actually said this in a video, I really wanted them to do a contemporary duet together, kind of like the one that they did in season 5. I just really wanted them to show their full dance ability, and I felt like they were restricted to doing that, having to do a ballet dance. Like, Rochelle couldn't whip out all the aerials and illusions that she can do. Noah couldn't give it full-on muscularity and strength and throwing people around and doing backflips and hovering in the air when he leaps. You know, it wasn't amazing for me. I felt like they definitely could have done a better duet. So it was a shame to me that they had to do a ballet one as their last duet ever together. I felt like it could have been so much more. So yeah, I'm going to put it in great. It is kind of iconic though. I think that episode will go down in history as one of the best episodes in the next step. No Shell. Great title, you know? Oh, also with this dance, hated Rochelle's makeup. I thought it was way too pale for her. I know she was trying to look like a ghost or something, but I felt like they could have... Why did they need to... Yeah, they could have just had her look normal and maybe be that Noah really wants this girl, but he can't have her or something. Like, I don't think they needed to make her be dead and looking just dead as well, because she didn't really look dead, she just looked ill in a way. Yeah, and I wasn't a fan of the dress either, so sorry. Oh, then we've got stand-up. I'm also going to put stand-up in fine. I didn't like the beginning bit, how Michelle and Alden's duet lasted so long. It could have been a more technical dance as well. Stutter, I'm going to put Stutter in iconic. I feel like Stutter was definitely more iconic than stand-up was. They even said that they prepared that dance way more. It was so entertaining, so jazzy. I loved how the word jazz shoes as well. Yeah, love the song. Iconic, absolutely iconic. Then we have the season 4 dance. Was it Take It to the Top? Yeah. I'm going to put it in fine. I don't think it was that iconic of an opening dance for a season as the other ones. I like the boys section that they did, but it just felt a bit like there wasn't as much to it as the other ones usually are. Yeah. It just didn't scream like amazing, I'm so excited for this season. Next we have the national semi-final routine, Unsinkable. I actually really like Unsinkable. I like that style of contemporary where it's not all tricks and it is more expressive and free-flowing and fluid. So I'm going to put it in great, personally. We have When the War Is Over, straight up iconic from Riley. Love the technique, love the expression, very emotive. And I just loved how we got to see a new style from Riley. Also very iconic in the plot of the next step. Then there is, you know I move too fast, enter the next one. Tied to You. We got Tied to You. I'm going to put it in great. It is kind of iconic in that we all know the song and we all know the dance. But yeah, great. Just great. Oh, Shining Lights from season 3. I'm going to put it in great, because there were bits I didn't like as much as the other dances, but it really was something edgier, and I loved the costumes, especially Riley's. I loved how her hair was slicked down. Then we've got Showstopper, straight up in iconic. I don't think I need to explain that one, it just was iconic, and Michelle is represented by Showstopper now. Then we have the dance battle between Alden and Hunter, and I think that is iconic. Alden's turns at the end when he was going towards Hunter are just... yeah, insane. Then there's Never Get Lost. I'm going to put it in iconic because I love the boys together. So yeah, iconic, loved it. Couldn't find any faults with this dance at all. Then Rochelle and Ozzy. I'm actually going to just put in fine because it wasn't the most technical duet. Wasn't the most amazing. Yeah, but it was nice to see them dance together and actually be friends. Then there's Talia's Quartet from Internationals. I'm going to put it in fine. It never really stood out to me. I thought it was okay. It's just not memorable. Then there's Rome by Henry and Amy. I thought this was actually... I'm going to say fine. I don't think the dancing was anything amazing because they were outside, so it's quite difficult. But it did entertain me, so I'm not going to say it wasn't great. It's just fine. Then we have Animals from season 6, and I've put it in iconic because I really, really enjoyed this dance. It had such a high energy level, really great technique. We saw some new moves from people, and it got us really hyped for season 6. I'm sad that we haven't got a dance to put in bad or not great. Like, I'm usually a bit controversial, but I haven't been that controversial. And then my camera died, so clearly I was talking for too long. I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys, even though it's been a long one. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Comment down below any decisions that you agree or disagree with. I'll show you the tier list here. This is the completed final one. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye!